Hi, I'm Dr. Rick Fitzgibbons, and welcome to the Emotionally Distant Spouse chapter at maritalhealing.com. In my work over the past 35 years, the most common complaint that we hear from wives in regard to their husbands is, I wish my husband were closer to me. I wish my husband were more giving to me. We do hear that sometimes from husbands about their wives, but far more wives complaining about this about their husbands. This is a real problem because marriage is about self-giving. We're meant to give ourselves, particularly as men. We're called to protect. We're protectors. Women are protectors too, of course, of children. But we're particularly protectors of our wives. And one way we need to protect our wives is from loneliness, because it takes a terrible toll on all of us, but particularly on the sensitive heart of a wife and a mother. So what causes people to be emotionally distant? There are a number of reasons. What's the most common reason we address? It is this: men who are fundamentally very good men, but who model after fathers who are also very good men, but were men who were emotionally distant, were men who were not very good at emotionally giving, talking about feelings. Let's face it, in the male world, we don't spend all our time talking with Joe and Mike about, hey, how are you feeling today, Mike and Joe? And analyzing them like women do with their powerful hearts and their great gifts of intuition. So this is one of the causes of emotionally distant behaviors. Another major cause, however, of emotionally distant behaviors has nothing to do with a weakness from a parent. It has to do with giving into selfishness. If you don't fight selfishness in your marriage, if you give yourself too much to your computer, to Facebook, to YouTube, and aren't talking to your spouse, you're going to become emotionally distant. And that sets the stage for major problems in marriages, including loneliness and marital infidelity. Okay? That's another reason. A third reason for emotionally distant behaviors is stresses develop over the course of marriage. It's important that we be honest about those stresses. It's important that we have the freedom to tell our spouses, I need you to be more cheerful. I need you, in the scripture it says in Corinthians, the Lord loves a cheerful giver. Cheerfulness is very important in married life. We've got to communicate with one another and be emotionally giving to one another. The good news is emotionally distant behaviors can be overcome. We invite you on this website to look at the chapter on the emotionally distant spouse. We invite you to look at the webinar on that. We invite you to look at a video on that. We are hopeful that these approaches to looking at this issue will enable you to overcome this issue. If you're a person of faith, I would recommend that you ask the Lord every day, help me to be more giving, Lord. Help me to have a heart like yours, a giving, loving heart.